Cat Publishing presents The Horoscope Writer by Ash Bishop, narrated by Ryan Burke, Mara Wilson, and James Babson. And there is a catskill eagle in some souls, that can alike dive down into the blackest gorges and soar out of them again. Herman Melville, Moby Dick. 1. Detective Leslie Consorti didn't like being woken up in the middle of the night. In fact, he didn't like it enough to have turned off his cell phone and taken his home phone off the hook. The desk sergeant, a busybody named Roman Stevenson, had felt the situation warranted sending a unit by his house to pound on his door until he had dragged himself out from under warm sheets, grumbling, groaning, and belching out every cuss word in the English language, and a few based loosely on Latin roots. Crapepsia, shitalgia, cock pluribus. Stevenson hadn't been wrong. Leaning on his car door and surveying the damage, Leslie dreamed of the stacks of paperwork headed his way. A fifth-year cop named Lepere, dressed in uniformed blues, approached, picking through the crime scene, not so much to preserve evidence as to preserve her clothes. Lepere was a handsome young woman, close-cropped hair of tight black curls, dark skin, driven, focused, taller than Leslie by at least a couple inches. It goes on for another 3 miles. This is a grisly thing here. Leslie squinted his eyes, staring down the dilapidated Claremont Street. Claremont was a rotten little housing project of about 1,400 units with dirt lawns, peeling paint, unwashed cars, rusted motorhomes, and non-working boats. Most of the inhabitants had moved in decades ago, when home prices were still reasonable. Now they clung desperately to their thin slice of the American dream as their property taxes ticked higher and higher and their roads remained unrepaired. This street was in particularly bad shape because it was smeared with blood, muscle, and bone. Someone had been dragged behind the bumper of a GMC truck for about a mile. "What are we looking at?" Leslie asked. Dispatch got a call at 12:03. A neighbor reported hearing screaming, squealing tires, and then a grinding sound. Desk jockey logged it as a domestic dispute, though I think that's a bit of an underclassification. That's funny, Lepere. Any chance we can identify the...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?